and before I can even chat to him, he says, "You've got apraxia. Will probably get worse. You need to tell people, you can't continue on TV and people are saying, is he drunk and what's the matter with him? Has he had a stroke? You need to come out and say something." I said, I can't. I'd rather quit than actually say something. Since I've had this, I've got two conditions, an underactive thyroid and apraxia, and my thyroid is stabilized. But my voice condition is still exactly the same, so what's going on? So my doctor then says, go for a brain scan. So I go for an MRI scan. Anyway, I go and see a brain specialist. He looks at the x-rays, the MRI scan. Fine, not a problem. Nothing wrong with your brain. It's got to be something else that's going on. So I go back to my GP and tell him what's going on. He's got the report from the brain scan. So he said he won't give up, my GP. He says, it's not obviously your thyroid. There's something else going on. Would you go and see this Dr. Lilly in Leeds? He's a specialist. So I go and see Dr. Lilly in Leeds. And before, I've only said hello to him. And before I can even chat to him, he says, you've got apraxia of speech. Right? How do you know? I can tell straight away. The difficulty between the brain and your mouth being able to speak, it was probably slower than it is now at that time. So he said, look, I want you to go and have a DAT scan, which rules out Parkinson's or stroke and all that sort of stuff. I did. Went back to see him with the results, I should say. And he went, the good news is you haven't got Parkinson's or anything like that. The bad news is, we can't find anything else wrong with you. So, the apraxia, will probably get worse. And that went on for quite a while. I went to see a therapist and he kept saying to me, look, you need to tell people, you can't continue on TV and people are saying, is he drunk and what's the matter with him? Has he had a stroke? You need to come out and say something. I said, I can't. I'd rather quit than actually say something. Anyway, eventually I spoke to my mate, Ben Shepherd, told him what was going on. So he said, look, come on, GMB, we'll chat about it and let the world know what's going on.
How were things for your family during this period?
My boys had been saying to my wife, there's something wrong with Dad for a while. And she sort of would broach it with me, but I'd be quite snappy and, which I'm not anyway, and saying, no, I'm fine, don't worry about it, I'm fine. And I kept thinking, like I said, once I got the thyroid problem, the level of thyroid will take it away. And then it's still with me. And it's harder for people close to you, I think, because my two boys saying, are you okay, Dad? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. I've just had a bad day, don't worry, I'll be fine. but they know, you can't pull the wool over their eyes for too long.
For someone that has never experienced what it's like to have apraxia, what does it feel like for you in your head?
It feels like someone is taking over my voice box. So the voice that used to come out would come out at 300 mile an hour. You've seen me on the results and Soccer Saturday, motor mouth, talking, not even waiting for a breath, just keep going and going. Now when I hear myself or see myself on TV, it's someone else. It's strange. It's really strange. Some days, the message from the brain to the mouth is really slow. Yeah, makes it difficult. Or some days the words come out different than what you're trying to say, and that's even weirder. And so that's been hard to accept, and still hard to accept. I have to say, I was going to quit everything, literally every single bit of TV at the end of last season, leave Sky, quit BBC, quit ITV, quit Channel 4 and 5, and all those companies, BBC, I think it was the right time to leave Sky. I'd had a great innings, but BBC, ITV, Channel 4 and Channel 5 said, no, you're Cammy, it doesn't matter. I said, well, it's the quality of the programme. No, it doesn't matter. You're fine, we want you to do this. And would you believe I'm now doubly busy than what I was before?
That period of uncertainty, you get the diagnosis, the specialist says to you it's only going to get worse. Your career is at that point in speaking. It's in presenting, broadcasting.
Yeah.
What was that period of uncertainty like on your mental health?
It was an acceptance, really, because what I said to my wife is, if I wasn't a broadcaster, it wouldn't matter, would it? And so she said, yeah. So I said, now's the time. I've had a great time. I spoke to my agent, Simon Dent, said, look, I'm getting out of all this. And he said, yeah, you can. Yeah, don't worry. I'll leave it up to you. And I thought, that's it. Quit. I've done my time. And I'd like to thank all the people that have been persistent and said, look, a 25% Cammy is, still better than some people,
And Sky, saw you on that show forever. Presenting and bringing, insights and wisdom and laughs and all of that to the show. I also watched the tribute that Jeff did when you left. What was that like, having to speak to Jeff and the rest of the lads and tell them that you were departing and for the reason?
Well, Jeff's a really close pal, and he knew there'd been something going on for a while. He kept saying to me, are you all right? And I said, yeah, I'm fine, Jeff. Don't worry, I'm fine. And he said, well, what's going on? So I said, I just had a couple of bad days and stuff, but I'll be fine on Saturday. Then he'd send me a text and say, you're not fine again. I said, I'll be all right next week or whatever. But you can't pull the wool over people's eyes who know you real well. And he was great, The tribute that Sky gave me, which, like I said, was the right time to leave there. I cried when he cried on the show.
I've never seen him cry before. was a really beautiful, powerful moment.